Hello, welcome back to my channel RRB MCQ Bank Knowledge Booster. Today I am going to discuss about RRB staff nurse previous question papers solved MCQ, that is part B. Okay, let me start the first question. The question is that which among the following products are non-biodegradable? Here options are option A, food wastage, option B, dead animals, option C, polythene bags, option D, paper. So here the correct option is option C, that is polythene bags. Okay, here non-biodegradable substances that are not broken down by biological process. These substances may be inert and simply persist in the environment for a long time, and they may harm the various members of the ecosystem. That's why polythene bags are non-biodegradable waste. Next question is oxidation in chemical reaction is the, here options are option A, loss of nitrogen, option B, loss of oxygen, option C, gain of hydrogen, option D, gain of oxygen. So here the correct option is option D, gain of oxygen. Okay, here oxidation in chemical reaction, that is characterized by loss of electron and addition of oxygen atom, removal of hydrogen atom. And next question is which one of the following is the duration of first 5-year plan? Here options are option A, 1969 to 1974, option B, 1956 to 1961, option C, 1961 to 1966, option D, 1951 to 1956. So here the correct option is option D, that is 1951 to 1956. Okay, the first 5-year plan was based on the Herod-Domer model. Okay, it was launched in 1951 and mainly focused on the development of the primary sector. Next question is a family where the male is the head of the family and possesses all powers is called. Here options are option A, nuclear family, option B, matriarchal family, option C, joint family, option D, patriarchal family. So here the correct option is option D, patriarchal family. Okay, here in patriarchal family, a patriarchal family is a type of family in which all authority belongs to the paternal side, and in this family the eldest male or the father is the head of the family. Next question is that the couple who are married in the reproductive age is known as, options are option A, focused couple, option B, unfocused couple, option C, non-eligible couple, option D, eligible couple. So here the correct option is option D, eligible couple. Here eligible couple means those who are currently married couple in their reproductive age or childbearing age. They are known as eligible couple. Next question is which principle of management states the employees should receive orders only from superior? Here options are option A, comprehension, option B, unity of command, option C, free rein direction, option D, efficiency of direction. So here the correct option is unity of command, that is option B. Here unity of command is the management principle, states that no subordinate in a formal organization should take orders and report to more than one superior. Its purpose is to ensure unity of effort under a responsible person to complete a task. Next question, that is the most common type of stones that occurs in nephrolithiasis is, here options are option A, strophyte stones, option B, calcium stones, option C, uric acid, option D, cystine stones. So here the correct option is option B, that is calcium stones. Here kidney stones, okay, kidney stones are also known as nephrolithiasis. Nephrolithiasis means when there is stones in the kidneys, are formed mainly by calcium oxalate. Kidney stones are basically solid masses that are formed due to the high presence of oxalate in the urine and very less amount of liquid. Next question is the term MRSA in bacteriology stands for. Here options are option A, methicillin reactive Staphylococcus aureus. Option B, multi-drug resistant Staphylococcus aureus. Option C, methicillin resistant Streptococcus aeruginosus. Option D, methicillin resistant Staphylococcus aureus. So here the correct option is option D, that is methicillin resistant Staphylococcus aureus. Next question is that the method of helping the individual by encouraging him to discover the reasons for his behavior is called. Here options are option A, behavioral therapy. Option B, cognitive therapy. Option C, individual psychotherapy. Option D, crisis intervention. So here the correct option is option C, that is individual psychotherapy. Here psychotherapy is a form of treatment used to facilitate positive changes in personality, behavior or adjustment. While giving psychotherapy an individual is considered and therapy is given to change his or her behavior is known as individual psychotherapy. Next question is the first menstrual flow begins at puberty and it is termed as. Here options are option A, menarche. Option B, menopause. Option C, menostart. Option D, none of the above. So here the correct option is option A, that is menarche. Here menopause means absence of menses, when menstrual flow stops. Next question is how much population is usually covered by community health center? Here the options are option A, 30,000 to 50,000. Option B, 50,000 to 70,000. Option C, 1,20,000 to 1,90,000. Option D, 80,000 to 1,20,000. So here the correct option is option D, that is 80,000 to 1,20,000. That means in a community health center, it is covered by the population of 80,000 to 1,20,000. And next question is, what is the most reliable means of obtaining nursing knowledge? Here options are option A, authority. Option B, tradition. Option C, trial and error. Option D, scientific research. So here the correct option is option D, that is scientific research. Here scientific research is the systematic investigation of existing scientific theories and hypotheses. That's why the most reliable means of obtaining nursing knowledge is scientific research. So next question is, which grafting of burn wounds are covered with the patient's own skin? Here options are option A, homograft. Option B, xenograft. Option C, autograft. Option D, heterograft. So here the correct option is option C, autograft. Here autograft is the transplantation of tissues from the individual and relocating the same tissues to the same person. Direct transplantation of tissues from one location to another of the same individual. Okay, that is known as autograft. Next question is, an abnormal accumulation of fluid is known as. Here options are option A, inflammation. Option B, edema. Option C, epistaxis. Option D, necrosis. So here the correct option is option B, edema. Next question is, which of the following elements is a polyatomic molecule? Here options are option A, chlorine. Option B, sulfur. Option C, argon. Option D, nitrogen. Here the correct option is option B, sulfur. So next question is, a presenile degenerative disease of the brain affecting the frontal lobe is called. Here options are option A, Oedipus complex. Option B, orgasms. Option C, Pick's disease. Option D, neologisms. So here the correct option is option C, that is Pick's disease. Pick's disease is a kind of Alzheimer's disease mainly causing dementia, and it mainly affects the frontal lobe of the brain, and it also known as frontotemporal dementia, and this disease is very less common. Next question is, who introduced the principle of inheritance? Here options are option A, William Harvey, option B, Anthony van Leeuwenhoek, option C, Gregor Mendel, option D, Robert Brown. So here the correct option is option C, that is Gregor Mendel. Next question is, which one of the following mechanical device is used to support a patient's back? Here options are option A, bed cradle, option B, footboard, option C, backrest, option D, cardiac table. So here the correct option is option C, that is backrest. Here next question is, which hormone increases the blood pressure by constricting arterioles during severe hemorrhage? Here options are option A, follicular stimulating hormone, option B, oxytocin, option C, antidiuretic hormone, option D, luteinizing. So here the correct option is option C, that is antidiuretic hormone. So next question is, the protein present in mucus is, here options are option A, gluten, option B, mucin, option C, pnuin, option D, myosin. So here the correct option is option B, that is mucin. So next question is, that is, which one of the following is a natural family planning method? Here options are option A, tubectomy, option B, vasectomy, option C, breastfeeding, option D, intrauterine device. So here the correct option is option C, that is breastfeeding. Here tubectomy and vasectomy, these two are sterilization. One is female sterilization and another one is male sterilization. Tubectomy is the female sterilization and vasectomy is the male sterilization. And intrauterine device, it is known as Cofferty ulcer. Next question is, which one of the following experience do not easily reach to awareness? Here options are option A, preconscious, option B, semi-conscious, option C, conscious, option D, unconscious. So here the correct option is option D, that is unconscious. Next question is, normal respiratory rate and rhythm is termed as, options are option A, apnea, option B, tachycardia, option C, eupnea, option D, bradycardia. So here the correct option is option C, that is eupnea. So next question is, which one of the following is used to assess the quality of nursing care? Here options are option A, bedside clinic, option B, nursing audit, option C, fiscal plan, option D, self-destruction. So here the correct option is option B, that is nursing audit. So next question is, which type of communication is followed by video conferencing? Here options are option A, visual one way, option B, audio visual one way, option C, visual two way, option D, audio visual two way. So here the correct option is option D, that is audio visual two way. Next question is, the condition where a patient sees a rough and fears it to be a snake is called, here options are option A, depersonalization, option B, hallucination, option C, illusion, option D, delusion. So here the correct option is option C, that is illusion. Next question is, the number of oscillation or vibrations per second is called the dash of oscillation. Here options are option A, wavelength, option B, frequency, option C, shrillness, option D, amplitude. So here the correct option is option B, that is frequency. So next question is, the excessive vomiting during pregnancy deteriorating the health of the mother is known as, here options are option A, pregnancy induced hypertension, option B, preeclampsia, option C, hyperemesis gravidarum, option D, abortion. So here the correct option is option C, that is hyperemesis gravidarum. It may be occur due to a rapid increase in serum levels of hormones like HCG, that is human chorionic gonadotropin and estrogen. So next question is, which is the thickest layer of uterus? Here options are option A, endometrium, option B, perimetrium, option C, exometrium, option D, myometrium. So here the correct option is option D, that is myometrium. Here endometrium is the inner layer of the uterus, perimetrium is the outermost layer of the uterus, and myometrium is the middle layer of the uterus. Next question is, which is an intervention for a patient with chronic obstructive pulmonary disease? Here options are option A, chronic steroid therapy, option B, high carbohydrate diet, option C, high flow oxygen, option D, pursed lip breathing. So here the correct option is option D, that is pursed lip breathing. Next question is, which one of the following is a quantitative method of data collection? Here options are option A, life histories, option B, closed-ended questions, option C, in-depth interview, option D, diaries. So here the correct option is option B, that is closed-ended questions. It is also known as fixed response questions. So next question is, which one of the following is used to record the labor events? Here options are option A, Silverman assessment, option B, fetoscope, option C, Apgar, option D, partograph. So here the correct option is option D, partograph. Next question is, which is the protective membrane covering the brain and spinal cord? Here options are option A, peritoneum, option B, meninges, option C, pericardium, option D, pleura. So here the correct option is option B, that is meninges. Meninges is the protective membrane covering of the brain and spinal cord. So next question is, which search engine is most helpful for finding scholarly articles? Here options are option A, web crawler, option B, Skiras, option C, Google Scholar, option D, Bing. So here the correct option is option C, Google Scholar. Google Scholar is a freely available web search engine which provides scholarly articles for the users. And it was founded in the year 2004 by Alex Farstek and Anurag Acharya. Next question is, process of identifying and implementing the best practices which leads to excellent performance is known as, options are option A, PERT chart, option B, GANTT chart, option C, table marking, option D, benchmarking. So here the correct option is option D, that is benchmarking. So benchmarking is a process of finding what best practices are and proposes what performance to be done in future. And this benchmarking was first introduced in healthcare in 1990. Next question is, data are collected at one point in time is known as, options are option A, experimental research, option B, longitudinal research, option C, time series research, option D, cross-sectional research. So here the correct option is option D, that is cross-sectional research. Next question is, the process of altering the state of consciousness induced by conditioning and skilled use of suggestions is known as, options are option A, aversion therapy, option B, cognitive therapy, option C, hypnosis, option D, relaxation. So here the correct option is option C, that is hypnosis. Next question is, a brief description of an observed behavior or incident is known as, here options are option A, anecdotal record, option B, clinical record, option C, family record, option D, cumulative record. So here the correct option is option A, that is anecdotal record. Next question is, which condition is also known as trisomy 18? Here options are option A, Turner syndrome, option B, Pacheco syndrome, option C, Edwards syndrome, option D, Down syndrome. So here the correct option is option C, that is Edwards syndrome. This trisomy of chromosome 18 is also known as Edwards syndrome, mainly associated with intrauterine growth retardation and low birth weight. Next question is, hernial protrusion of sac-like cyst of meninges filled with spinal fluid is known as, here options are option A, rhaxischisis, option B, meningomyelocele, option C, encephalocele, option D, meningocele. So here the correct option is option D, that is meningocele. Next question is, which of the following drugs will be administered to treat anaphylaxis? Here options are option A, sodium bicarbonate, option B, epinephrine, option C, atropine, option D, digoxin. So here the correct option is option B, epinephrine. So thank you for watching and kindly do subscribe the channel.